Hi everyone, welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Alphabet Soup, we choose a letter from the alphabet and we draw food that starts with that letter. So let's draw. Today's letter is the letter R. R is for radish. So today I'm going to show you how to draw this cute little radish. Let's begin. This is what you'll need for today's drawing lesson. You're going to need a piece of paper or a drawing pad. I have a dollar store drawing pad here. It's 8.5 by 11 inches wide. I also have a pencil. I have an eraser. And if you have an old paintbrush that you haven't used for painting, you can use this to wipe off dust and eraser bits from your page. This is a dollar store paintbrush. And we're going to need some color. We're going to need red, pink, light green, dark green. I also have white and black. And I usually use a fine tip black marker. Now fine tip just means it has a small little tip on the top. But if you don't have a fine tip black marker, that's okay. You can use your black pencil. So why don't I clear off my space here? And let's begin drawing. I decided today not to put my bright lights on, so I hope that everything is okay for you to see well. Sometimes the bright lights are a little too much for me. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to start by writing out the word radish. But first, let's draw a capital R. Okay, and a small r. Just like that. And over on this side here, because we're going to put the top of the radish right here. So let's write out the word radish. So we'll put a capital R, A, D, I, S, and H. And that spells radish. Okay, let's begin. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the radish itself. Now watch, it's a circle, but it has a little tail on it. So I'm going about halfway down my page, and I'm going to draw a big circle like this. But when I get to the bottom, instead of closing up the circle, I'm going to do a little tail like that. Now watch as I finish this. I'm going to do the round circle on this side. I'm not closing up the circle though, but I'm getting very close. And then I'm going and I'm copying the same little tail there. Okay, let me make sure you can see everything. Yes, okay. So that's our radish. And I call it a tail, but that's the root of the radish when you pull it out of the earth. Now radishes have a lot of leaves, so we're going to draw a bunch of them. Watch how I do the top one. A little straight line and another one like this. And then the leaf. Watch how I do the leaf. On each side you do 2 little semicircles on each side. Okay, and now we're going to do a big leaf. And it's kind of jagged, so watch, I go jagged lines to the top and jagged lines like this on this side with one big one on the top. Okay? You can make them wide, you can make them short, I mean thin, whatever you like. But I'm going to go ahead and do another one on the left. And I'm going to curve that little line this time. Make another little line next to it. And remember we had that 2 little semicircles on the bottom there. And I'm going to make the jagged. I'm going to make the leaf go kind of on the side so that I don't get it into my R here. Big one on top, and then jagged lines like this. There. Same thing on the other side. A little curvy line, and then another little curvy line for the stem of the leaf. 2 little semicircles on each side, and then the jagged lines for the leaf. Big pointy tip, and then more jagged lines like that. There we go. Okay? How you guys doing? I'm going to now, let's see, I'm going to take my pink color because we're finished drawing the radish. So I'm going to take my pink color, and just on the top of the radish here, I'm going to just color in a little bit of pink. Just on the very, very top of the radish. And you don't have to press too hard, okay? But what I'm going to do is apply a second layer, and that just means I'm going to color it in a second time. Because I want that color to be very vibrant. And I'm actually going to go in and put a third layer. So what does that mean? We're just coloring it in a third time. 3 layers means we've colored it in 3 times. There we go. Now I'm just going to take my brush and wipe off some of those little bits of coloring pencil. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green, my light green color, and if you only have one green color, you can use just the one green color, but I'm going to color in every leaf with my light green color. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and do that? If you're using a coloring pencil, don't forget to turn your pencil once in a while as you're coloring so that you don't wear it all down on one side. Because if you wear it all down on one side, it's going to break quicker, and then you have to keep sharpening, and they don't last as long if you have to sharpen them a lot. And you don't have to press down too hard either. I'm not pressing down hard at all, because like we did with the pink, we're going to put a second layer of green, and that's where we get our nice deep colors. When we do second, third layers, and maybe 4 layers, you can do as many as you want. Don't forget to turn your pencil. And I'm just going to color in the whole leaf here. Turning my pencil once in a while. Okay, and I'm going to do that for the other leaves, and then we'll come back later and do the second layer. And for those of you who are curious about this, this is called a pencil extender. I'll show you. My green pencil is getting really short, and sometimes it's hard to color with a short pencil. So you stick it in the pencil extender, turn it to tighten it, and now you can use it as a long pencil. It's really kind of cool. I'm turning my pencil once in a while, and I'm just coloring in that entire leaf. All 3 of them. Do you like radishes? I think they're they're very peppery. I don't like to eat them because my stomach can't handle peppery stuff. I do like to grow them, but I usually give them away because I can't eat them. So I'm just coloring in the stem and then the third leaf here. Don't forget to turn your pencil once in a while. And like I said, don't press down too hard, because if you press down too hard, you could break the tip of your pencil, but also your hand will get tired. And that's no fun when we're drawing and coloring, because we want to have fun. We don't want it to be tiring, right? There. Now what I'm going to do is in each stem and leaf, I'm going to apply a second layer. And you know what that means? We're just coloring it in a second time. You can see the difference. I'll show you after. You see the difference between this little spot where I put in the second layer and next to it? The green is much more vibrant. And that's how we get our beautiful colors, not by pressing down hard. And this applies if you're using crayons as well. If you're using crayons, don't press down too hard. You can always put a second layer of color on, and you can turn your crayon too, so you don't wear it all down on one side. If you're using markers, well, that's different. You don't need to apply second layers for markers, because markers usually have pretty vibrant colors anyway. See the difference between 2 layers and 1 layer? Isn't it nicer? I like it a lot better. All right, let me continue applying my second layer to the leaves and the stems. And I'm turning my pencil. If you're new to gardening, radishes are very easy to grow and they grow really quickly. So if you want to learn how to garden, just try to plant some radishes and you'll see how quickly they grow. And it might get you interested in gardening. It might make you want to start planting other things. I like to garden. I like to plant lots of vegetables. And I planted some raspberry bushes for the first time last year. So I'm hoping that they come up this year. I thought about drawing raspberries today because raspberry starts with R too, but I decided to go with the radishes. What's your favorite vegetable? I think my favorite vegetable is either a potato or a tomato or carrots. Love those. Actually, tomato is technically called a fruit because it has seeds in it. If a vegetable or a fruit, if it has seeds, then it's technically a fruit. All right, so I'm done with my leaf here. How are you guys doing? I'm going to grab my dark green color and I'm just going to add a little bit of detail right in the middle of each leaf. I'm just going to add a little dark green, just a little stripe of dark green. See, just like that. And I'll go over it a second time, put a second layer so that it really shows. And I'm going to put a few little veins. Veins are just lines. You see, just a few little lines. You can put as many or as few as you want, just to make it look interesting. And we'll do the same thing for each leaf. And for the curvy leaves, follow the curve of the leaf, okay? And you can apply a second layer. I'm going to put those little veins in there too. There we go. Same thing with this one. I'm going to follow the curve. See? Follow the curve. This is a very easy drawing to do today, and it's a lot of fun. I like the little jagged edges of the leaves. Okay, so our leaves are done. I want to take my pencil again because I want to give my radish a face. Forgot to do that. I usually give them eyes and mouths, so I'm going to do the oval eyes. 2 big egg-shaped oval eyes. And then a little oval in the middle at the bottom for his pupils. He's a mister today. And let's just give him a big happy smile. Okay, so the next color we're going to take is our red, and we're going to color in the entire radish, except for at the end here. At the very end, just take your pink and put in a couple of layers of pink just at the very end of the radish. Just like that. And the rest of the radish is going to be red, except for we're not going to color in his eyes, okay? So go ahead and apply your red color into the radish. And like I said, just be careful, don't get any red into his eyes. And don't press down too hard. We're going to apply a second layer after. And turn your pencil, okay? And we're just going to make sure we don't get any red into the pink. Now I'm being very careful around his eyes because I don't want to get any red into there. There we go. And it's okay to get red into his mouth. We're going to outline all of that with black after, so that it stands out more. Don't forget to turn your pencil. Radishes come in all shapes and different colors too. Most of the time when we think of radishes, we think of red. But I grew some purple ones. Oh, I lost my voice there. Purple. I grew some purple radishes a couple of years ago. They were still really peppery though, so I couldn't eat them. I was hoping that they would be a little milder and not so spicy tasting, but I love how crunchy they are though. Now I'm going to carefully fill in the little root down here with red, just until I get to the pink end. There. Now I'm going to go ahead and start putting in a second layer. And all that means is I'm coloring it in a second time. And I hope the lighting is okay for you to see this. Right now, as I draw this, it's the end of January, or getting towards the end of January. So it's not so dark out all the time. The sun is coming back. It's very nice. So when I can, I want to leave my curtains open so that I can see the sunshine and the daylight. You'll have to excuse my voice. I have a little bit of a raspy voice today. I've been doing a lot of talking lately. And I'm not used to talking a lot, so when I talk a lot, my throat gets sore. Funny, eh? Don't forget to turn your pencil, and you can see right away the difference between 2 layers and 1 layer here. I might even go in and put 3 layers. I'm going to see after. I want them to be nice and red. Or I might do something different. I'm going to show you a different technique actually. Just get your second layer of red in there. Let's be careful when we do the root. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is show you a different kind of a blending technique. I've got my pink coloring pencil and I'm going to go over the entire radish with some pink. And that's going to blend the red, and it's going to look kind of pinky. We still want it to be red, but we want it to be a kind of a light pinky type of red. You may not be able to see this on the video, but if you're doing this, you're going to see the difference, okay? Well, actually, you can see it a little bit. It looks more blended on the top than on the bottom right now. And don't press down too hard either. You don't need to. And turn your pencil once in a while. I'm going to have to get a pencil extender for my little pink pencil here. It's getting short. All right. So when you have coloring pencils, you can experiment and blend many colors together just to see what they look like when they're blended. And I'm going to do the whole root here too. There we go. Now the reason I had my white coloring pencil was I was going to do the same thing. I was going to go in and blend with the white, but I think I'm just going to blend around the top with the white, just a little on the top, and maybe just on the bottom of the root here. And that's all I'm doing with my white. How are you guys doing? Okay, now, so I'd like you to take your black marker, or if you don't have a black marker, you can use your black coloring pencil. And we're going to outline the eyes and the mouth with the black, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. And I want you to outline the inside oval too, because we're going to fill that in with black. Okay, let's go ahead and fill that in with black. And if you're using coloring pencil, you might want to give it 2 layers in there to make it nice, a nice dark black. But if you're using a marker, then you don't need to add second layers. Okay, so let's do the same thing with his other eye. Outlining first. Outlining the inside of his eye, the little pupil, and we'll color that in with black. That way his eyes really, really stand out. He's a happy little radish. Okay, now let's outline his smile. There we go. That's it. Our radish is done. Now remember, my friends, I always tell you, I want you to take ownership of your drawing. All artwork that you do, always sign your name, okay? I want you to be really, really proud of the beautiful work of art that you did today. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends. And remember to Mom and Dad, if you post your kids' art on Instagram, don't forget to tag me. The link is in the description below or in the About section of my channel. So we'll see you next time on Alphabet Soup, my friends. Thanks again for watching. Bye.